Once upon a time, a farmer wanted to breed his 3 female pigs. He loaded the souls into the back of his pickup truck and took them to visit several boars at a nearby farm. While the pigs were getting acquainted, the first farmer asked the second, "How will I know if my pigs are pregnant?" "That's easy," said the second farmer. "They wallow in the grass when it takes, and they wallow in the mud when it doesn't." The next morning, the farmer awoke, looked out the window, and found his pigs wallowing in the mud. So he loaded them into the truck and took them back to the boars. But the following morning, the pigs were still wallowing in the mud. That means they are not pregnant. Undaunted, the farmer once again loaded the pigs into the truck and took them back to the boars for a third time, hoping for some positive results. The following morning, the farmer was away from the farm, so he anxiously phoned his wife and asked, "Are they wallowing in the grass or in the mud?" "Neither," replied the farmer's wife. "Two of them are in the back of the pickup, and the third one's up front blowing the horn." That is the end of my story. So you might be wondering, what is this story about? What's the lesson? Well, there are 2 basic lessons that this story teaches. And the basic lessons, when you apply it, it applies to all living creatures, including people. So stay tuned if you want to know the lesson of the story. It's an interesting story, right? Stay tuned if you want to know the lesson of the story and how it relates to the very foundation of the greatest business secrets in the world. Yes. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, where we explore the world of personal finance and self-improvement through books. So yes, if you are out there and this is the kind of thing that interests you and you really want to know more about, then do well to subscribe to this channel. Turn on the post notifications so you can always be notified whenever content like this comes up. Yes, in this channel we review books. And for our previous month, the month of April, this was the book we are supposed to read, myself and my tribe. For those of you who are working with me with my 12 books for the year 2025. This book is a very, very interesting one because I enjoyed reading it. And at the same time, I know that you will enjoy hearing about it, the overview, in case you plan on reading it someday and you haven't read it. So this is the book we'll be reviewing today. What is this book about? When you see this book, what is it about? How to win customers and keep them for life. What is it about? A lot of us are business people, salespersons, employers that have to go out there to get customers. In fact, a business cannot thrive. It cannot thrive without customers. You need customers to build money, to make profits, to be profitable in a company. You need customers. It's either you're selling a product or rendering services. You do that to customers, to people. So how can you actually win customers and keep them for life? So this is why I included this book as part of the list of books for the year of 2025, so that we all will be well educated and improve ourselves, even our personal finance. Because at the end of the day, if you have your customers smiling, you win them and you know how to keep them, then you'll be in profit. They'll be happy and you'll be happy. So it's a win-win scenario. So, what is this book all about? How to win customers and keep them for life is not a book about technology. It's a book about the human side of winning and keeping customers. The human side. What you and I need to do. It isn't high-tech, it's high-touch. Yeah. It's an handbook written for everyone from the mail room where you send the mail, to the executive suite. So, in the hope they will work together to win and keep customers. Yet, the material in this edition here is designed to work in harmony with the new technologies and strategies that are having such an enormous impact on selling and customer service today. So this was an interesting read for me, and I know whoever of you have read this, it must be an interesting read for you too. But those looking forward to reading this book, I bet you're going to enjoy every tips and lesson found in it. Because the truth is, we are living in the golden age of free enterprise, and capitalism is busting all over. Each and every one of us wants to be an entrepreneur. Yes, we want to be self-employed. But what do we need to do? What is that skill we need in order for us to be able to get those customers, those clients out there? So it's important. You know that capitalism is actually busting out all over. New markets, new technologies, so many customers, so little time. So let's go get some skill. Let's understand what it's about. So the book is much more than just another treatise about how to smile and how to be nice to customers, because definitely when you're told as an employee, say smile to your customers, right? Or a receptionist, you have to smile and be nice to your customers. It's much more about that. It's a book for transforming the people of any size organization into a customer-driven, turned-on team. So I'll be sharing with you one of the single greatest keys to long-term business success. What is summed up into? If you want your business to succeed, what does it sum up to? It sums up to just 3 simple words: quality customer services. But we know today it's often a problem, because quality customer service is so rare for us to find. You as a customer must have approached that company or that store and you complain about your services. The employees are not doing what it takes. It's so painful to realize that. A lot of people are not aware of that outstanding service that they need to give to their customers. So what is the problem? What is the problem? Why is excellent service so rare? Why is excellent service so rare? So basically there are 3 problems involved in why excellent or quality customer service is so rare today to find. 3 problems. The one problem is employees don't know the basics. They are fundamentals to this thing, how to create and keep customers. Employees are not well trained. They do not know the basics. All too often, employees having contact with customers are sent out to perform a job without a clear understanding of what it takes to create and keep customers. So, secondly, the second problem is the moment of truth. Those crucial points of customer contact can make or break a business, and these are not being properly identified and managed. Every time a customer comes into contact with a company, it comes away feeling better, worse, or the same about it. And it's how well employees manage those numerous moments of truth every single day that ultimately determine how successful the business will be. Thirdly, the reward system. Quite simply, excellent service is rare because most managers fail to reward workers for giving excellent services. The typical business today hires a person to do a job, pays him for a flat wage, and gives him little or no incentive to go that extra mile for the customer. These are the three problems affecting customer services today, why it is so rare for us to find. And even if we are one of those employees that needs to deliver, these are the reasons why we're not delivering. This book goes way deep into guaranteeing you and I how we can find ourselves winning and keeping more customers, and actually finding solutions to these three questions, three problems that was highlighted earlier. The way of winning and keeping customers is to solve the three problems previously mentioned. So hence, this book is divided into three main parts. Three main parts with which each part addresses one of the problems. Remember, three problems has been highlighted on why excellent customer services is so rare. So this book actually divided the answers into three main parts in order for each problems to be addressed. In part one of this book, we'll be learning the fundamentals of creating and keeping customers. That is the fundamental, the basic things. Then the next, which is the part two, we'll learn how to master the moments of truth. That is, those make or break points of crucial customer contact. That is, whenever a customer calls or agrees to see you, what do you do? Or whenever a customer is angry and defensive, what do you do? Those are moments of truth. So what are you supposed to do? What am I supposed to do in order to tackle that? How can I reward that customer? Then the final part in this book gives you and I a step-by-step action plan for creating a customer-driven reward system at work. So it provides an easy-to-follow blueprint that will get everyone in your organization committed to winning, serving, and keeping customers as their top priority. So do not forget, what I'm simply saying is this book is divided into three parts. So while you're reading or while you're listening, you get to find out that the parts will be broken down into three parts. We have the part 1, part 2, and part 3, and each of them have a way in which is addressing the problem that was initially mentioned. So let's see if we can touch one of the basics, that is, what are the fundamentals or the basics of creating and keeping customers, which falls under the part 1 of this book. So I was able to just bring out some few points that makes it easier for you and I to understand what the basics are or the fundamentals are in order for us to be able to create and keep customers. Because it is actually two things. It is one thing to create customers, it is another to keep them coming back to buy from you or purchase from you. So you have to learn the two things: how to create and keep, or how to create or win and keep those customers for life. So here's the secret, the basic secret. Going back to the illustration or my story I was sharing initially, the illustration of the very foundation of the greatest business secrets in the world. It teaches a lesson, two basic lessons. It says every behavior has consequences. In this case of the story highlighted earlier, the souls visited the Boaz, the behavior, that is the behavior, and liked it, that is the consequences. So every behavior has consequences. Then secondly, the second lesson from that is future behavior depends largely on the consequences of past and present behavior. Meaning, if the consequences are rewarding, the odds are great that the behavior will be repeated. Yeah. So you get more of the behavior you reward. So once you get these 2 points, these 2 lessons, it helps you to know exactly how you can apply that story I told earlier. So if you've not seen the story, go back to the beginning of this video so you can listen to the story. Now, what are we saying? I'm bringing out the main points on what is the greatest business secret in the world. It is rewarding your customers. The rewarded customer buys, multiplies, and comes back. So we all have to learn to reward our customers. Be it you're an employee, or you're the manager of the company, or you're a salesperson or a business person, we must learn to reward our customers. So you might be saying, oh wow, yes, we know this now. We're supposed to reward our customers, we know this. But the truth is, a lot of us do not know this. A lot of persons are not aware of this point, that the rewarded customer buys, multiplies, and comes back. Because when you go out there now to ask 100 people who work for a living, what do you think is the single most important ingredient to success in business? Not 1 in 10 will be able to say anything about customers. They won't tell you reward customers. They won't even talk about the customers. Yet, customers are paying the wages of those very same people. So, the customers are the real boss. They are the real bosses. Management may allocate the money, but the customer determines how much the money is. So the more it rewards, the more the customers are rewarded, the better the money flows. So we just have to get that secret. That is a secret that needs to stick in our head. So what is the next basic thing? Secondly, forget about selling. Yes, that is what I was able to bring out here. Forget about selling. People love to buy but hate to be sold. What should you concentrate on? Concentrate on helping customers buy what's best for them. That is what we should do. Yes. Thirdly, the greatest customer you'd ever win is you. So, because the best salesperson is the true believer. So you are the one presenting a product or a service to somebody or a customer. Do you believe in that product in the first place? Because that is what you sell first. You have to sell yourself. You have to believe in it. If you do not, then how are you going to be able to sell it to the other person? Fourthly, the only 2 things people ever buy are good feelings and solutions to problems. So if we can focus on that, then we'll be able to actually create and keep customers for life. Whenever you have contact with a customer, you are the company to that customer. So don't sit down there and act like you don't care if you're an employee. After all, I'm not the owner of the company. You are the one in front, the customer is in front of you. You're the one representing the company at that time. So you must give it all, your best. You must represent the company right. That is what we are to do. It's not enough to give the customer excellent service. So it doesn't stop at giving excellent service. And yes, I smiled at him. Yes, I smiled. I tried to be kind. I communicated kindly. You must subtly make him aware of the great service he is getting. So you have to tell him, what is he going to get? Okay, what does it stand to get if you purchase this product? The benefit or the reward of your services or products you're rendering to him or her. You have to say that subtly. Yes. Next is to win new customers. Ask the golden question: what is the unmet wants? Everybody has wants. We have wants, we have needs. So a customer coming to you, what is that unmet want? What do they really want? What do people really want out there? In that way, you'll be able to know how to channel your products or services to tackle the wants of people so they can come to you. So you should not be focused on making money, but rather the first thing you need to do is to focus on tackling their needs or the wants of the customers. Your products or services, do they take care of the needs, the basic needs and wants of people? That is how you grow. That is how you get customers coming back to you. So you might be wondering, what is this unmet wants? It says here that the art of finding and meeting the unmet wants is the high road to winning customers. So it's called the golden question, because putting it to work is a lot like mining and selling gold. Once you make a strike, the hard work begins. Just as with gold, you have to take the raw idea and mine it, refine it, and transform it into something of value to the customer, to tell him about it, right? You cannot just carry raw gold and give it to somebody. You have to mine it, make it a jewelry, let's say a earring. They mine it, make it a jewelry or a necklace, a wristwatch, a ring, right? So that customers will appreciate it. Gold is scarce, but unmet ones exist in infinite quantities. So the same way, you have to focus on making sure you find out the answer to that question. What is the unmet wants? The wants that has not been met. That is what I'm trying to say. The wants that has not been met by the public. So you have to tackle that. Putting the golden question to work. How do you do this? 1. Always start by defining market instead of your customers' talents and strengths. Secondly, ask your customers and potential customers the golden question. You can go out to ask. That is research, doing your due diligence. So stay in touch with your customers. Thirdly, create new products and services by giving the familiar a new twist. So let's say you have a particular product or services you're rendering. Now finding out the wants that is unmet by the people out there. Can you twist your product a little bit or your services so that it can reach the needs of those people or your customers? You have a familiar product or services. How can you twist it so that it can satisfy the unmet wants or the wants that has not been met by the people? Fourthly, brainstorm ideas for creating new customers. So don't think you are the Mr. Know-it-all. You have to sit on the round table with your team and brainstorm ideas on how you can create new customers or meet their needs. So be a trend poster. One crucial key to success in business is to ride the horse in the direction that the horse is going. So that means you have to think globally. Look out for opportunities. Think globally. Think e-commerce. Think safety and home. Think customer convenience. Think aging baby boomers. Think information and service. Think customization. In that way, you will be a trend poster. In that way, you'll be able to always look out for opportunities in order to reach your customers. 6th, look before you leap. 7th, once you decide to go ahead, move quickly. 8th, be prepared for a large number of ideas that don't work out. So these are just ways in which you can put the golden question to work. If you ask, how can you put the golden question? What is the golden question? What is the unmet wants? What are those wants that has not been met yet? So that we can channel our energy to getting it done in order for our customers to keep coming back to us. Alright, so going back to the basic and fundamentals, it says, remember we just spoke about to win new customers, you must ask the golden questions. So next is to keep them for life, ask the platinum question, which is how are we doing and how can we get better? So we should be able to always reach out for feedbacks from our customers or clients. Feedbacks, very important, very key. And once you ask that question, you get feedback. Ensure you do all you can to work at it. That is what we need to do. We have to ensure we do all we can to find solution to their problems. Find out how we can keep improving ourselves in order to reach the needs or the complaints of our customers. Then, lastly, on the basic or fundamentals that is needed in creating and winning customers is the 5 best ways to keep customers coming back. There are 5 best qualities or ways in which we can achieve this. We have to be reliable, we have to be credible, we have to be attractive, we have to be responsive, and be empathic. So reliable care keeps customers coming back. This is actually interesting. So with that is the part 1 of this book. So the next part to be staying tuned to is how you can manage the moments of truth. What do you do when they call, they are angry, they lay a complaint, when they buy, when they give buying signals, when they refuse to buy? What do you do? How do you follow up? How do you reward? Remember, the greatest secret to business thriving or the success in business is rewarding customers. So now, when moments of truth comes, how can you manage it? How can you still reward the customers and get results? Stay tuned to our next video content so that you get the answers to those questions. I tried my best. Yeah, I tried to just bring out the little point, make it brief, bring out the tips, the basic points, so that we all can work together to make it happen. So I have a question. What happens when you as an employee or a salesperson gets to work feeling sad, angry, from your family business or family affairs? What happens? What do you do then? How do you cope with now making sure you give a good feelings to your customers? Because they want to see you being happy and feeling glad. So I read it from this book. I've seen what you can do. When you're sad, go to the mirror in the bathroom. Yes, in the loo, go to the mirror there and try to smile. Smile from your eyes in. When you smile and smile for a few minutes, not just putting that smiley face, but from when you try to just keep smiling for a while, then you notice that it will become a part of you. You become lightened up. So try to smile and remember something. Think of something that can make you happy. Think of that thing. It could be a baby. Think of that thing that can get you excited or happy whenever you remember it, or whatever achievement or something you're grateful for. Think about it while you're looking at the mirror. Then you would feel better. Try this, because all you need to do, you need to create a good your customers need to perceive that you are feeling good, that you are happy about the product or services or the company you represent. If they don't see it, there is no way they can patronize you. So thank you so much for watching today. Do not forget, I remain your humble girl, Mabel Franklin, and I want to see you next time. Do not forget to subscribe, like, tell me what it is you enjoy. What is that point that resonated with you that you want to work on? Tell me if you actually bought this book and you've read, or you're reading it, or you plan on reading this book someday, so you get all the sweet juices from it. Because what I'm just giving you is the points, the tips, the surface. If you want to get all the juices from this book, get it and read. Remember, I'm your girl, encouraging you to pick up that book and read. Improve yourself, improve your personal finance and yourself. I'll see you again next week. But before I go, Guess our book for the month of May. This is it. But I want us to go on a short break. So I want you to use this month of May to revisit all the videos and do some revision and see how you can improve yourself. Yes, go back to all the videos. The books, we've gotten like 5 books so far, or 4 books. Go back to those videos. Look at the points that you need to work on and improve yourself. So we can start reading this book by the month of June. So this May, it's a break time for you. So do that thing that excites you. Go back to these videos, those points. And this may also give you the opportunity to get this book. What is the name? The Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett. So I'm sure you guys, if you're someone who enjoyed podcasts on YouTube, you must have seen him, Stephen Bartlett. So what does he say in this book? The 33 laws of business and life. Yeah, this is our book for the month of June. Moving forward, but you can start from May. You can get this book now and start reading this, so that by July, when we'll be having our live section, you'll be called on to tell us what you think, or the points that resonated with you that you feel you can work with or not. So do not forget to get this book, get it reading, especially if you're a CEO, if you're a small business person. Get the book, read it, so you'd get the 33 laws of business and implement in your life and your businesses. So thank you. I'll see you again next week.